Okay, fine. So I want the sessions to be interactive. It should not be the case that I only talking. So it would be helpful for me if we can have a two-way communication wherever possible. I want the interaction either by by unmute yourself and you can talk. Each slide I will pause and I will ask whether shall I proceed or not. If you have any queries at that time, you can pause it. You can unmute yourself and you can ask any questions, or uh, by end of the session also we will have Q&A questions. The other most important thing which I'm expecting is chat communication. Okay, so in between I'll be keep on asking. I'll be just indicating some small words. So I request you all to just type those words at least, so that I want to make this session more interactive. It is not should be the case that I only keep talk and it should not go just like no one-way communication. So about myself, just for unable to hear Arjun, am I audible, or Arjun has says that he is not able to hear?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, Arjun, I think you have to check from your side. I think I got response that it is clear. So about me, I'm basically a certified life coach from ICF. This is outside the technical skills which I brought in, and from the technical side, I have Azure certification, CSM certified Scrum Master certified, CH certified, certified ethical hacker, and CCNA and ITIL. I'm certified. I have experience. Total experience I have like 15 years of experience, out of which 10 years I spent with IBM into an network as a network architect role. There are a couple of other things also which I been involved in. There are different roles which I played being with IBM. Then I started my own venture, been into a telecom industry, and parallelly I'm started the learner's guide. This has been started a year back, which it was going very slow. I want to pick up it now in very fast way now. So hereafter there will be a continuous one or the other sessions will be keep on going. The website is getting ready. Actually, it is not completely ready yet. Okay, but still, if you want, you guys can go ahead and visit my website, but it is not ready. Don't make any payments and all those things. There is a payment links and all. Yeah, someone say something. I request. Yeah. Yes, please.
Yes, Shelly. Yeah,
yes,
I can hear you. Yeah.
You are able to hear me?
Yeah, these are the guard channels, 8 channels. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Unmute yourself, everyone, please. No, I don't want any noise in between. So just unmute yourself before we start the session. So from the knowledge point of view, I have skills in
1800.
Guys, I just want you all to mute yourself.
Yes.
Someone is speaking. Shabazz. Okay, I have muted. Okay, fine. Okay, from the skills point of view, I have knowledge on AWS, Azure, GCP, IBM Cloud, DevOps, Alibaba Cloud, and some of the knowledge on the enterprise architect, project management, agile project management, and etc. So these are the things about me. Okay, we can start this session now. Okay. First of all, I would like to tell some basic what exactly this session is all about, what is the expectation, and so this session is basically Azure fundamentals training. Okay, so AZ 900 paper, where I will be making you prepare for complete AZ 900 certification. It is not that just take something and I teach. So it is completely what is there in the paper, exam paper. It will be exactly mapped to that. So if you attend my sessions, there are some free sessions also given by Microsoft for 2 days, which I'm going to cover in 10 days now. Okay, this is a 10 days long program. It is not that 1 day or 2 day I'm going to finish. It is 10 days, 7 to 9 will be there. I'm planning to end this mostly by Saturday, Sunday also. I'm planning to keep this session, but instead of 2 hours, I'll be extending a little long, because some of the people has asked me, because the Ramzan month is coming, the fasting and all those things will be there. So before 13th, I'm planning to complete. I request you all to on Saturday, Sunday extend 1 more hour, so that we can have fruitful topics covered, everything. It is not that just 1 or 2 topics I pick it up and tell it. We will go everything through animated way. We'll try to understand and deep dive things each and individually. The best part about this session is more of the interactive, and right, the slides also is very interactive. It is not that only some images has been shown or some text is written. So there is lots of animations which has been gone in this, so that to make you understand and make you comfortable with the slides as well. Okay, so instead of boring slides, you can, by this time you might have seen how the slides are being designed, at least, right? So the topics also, it will be like that. So I want you all to be there, till the end of the session, till 10 days will be most probably, if everything goes fine, we will wind up by Sunday or by Monday. Okay, max. But initial plan was for 10 days to go up to 15th, but we will try to finish. If you guys has given me Saturday, Sunday time as well, we can wind up by Monday maximum. Okay, so this is about session. The complete, it will be like a training. Let me show you the, what is there in the topic, so that if someone guys are new to this, so let me know if you guys are able to see this screen actually. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So fine. So it will be exactly match. I'm not able to see. Is the PDF is seen? PDF is visible now.
No, no,
Yeah, it's
No,
good.
no,
No.
no, no. About Azure training only.
Not sure. Just a minute. Share. What about now? Yeah, I think it is visible.
Yeah,
Yes,
now
visible now.
Okay, fine. So this particular session exactly mapped to this. Every line by line, topic by topic, I'm going through. Okay, everything will be discussed. So this entire module, the session is divided into 6 categories, basically. So first is describe the cloud concept, which is like 20 to 25 marks, which it will come from the exam. So earlier it was 10 to 15%. Now Microsoft want to understand as the basics in very strong way. So the weightage of these questions has been increased in last November actually. Okay, so we'll be going through identify the benefits in the describe the cloud concept. We'll be discussing about the high availability, scalability, elasticity, agility, and disaster recovery, capex model, opex model, and subscription consume based model. Okay, then we'll be discussing about shared responsibility, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, serverless computing, some different types of cloud computing from the development point of view, from the service point of view. So all these things will be covered in 2 days. Okay, these things most probably we will see how it goes. If there is no questions, if the way is the speed I'm going, if everyone is satisfied with that, I'll be maintaining that and try to complete as soon as possible, and we'll switch to the next topic, because some of the senior guys already might be knowing this. Okay, but I'm telling you, I'm sure that some of the things will be a new things to you, because the way it is represented, the way it is presented, it's everything like definitely helpful for even if you are a senior guys. Can non-IT person can join the session? There is a question, non-IT person can join the session. See, there is as per the the Microsoft Azure point of view, this is for salespersons also. If you are related to something from the sales point of view or something, or if you want to learn about the uh, cloud, okay, because the cloud is going to be hottest topic, everyone should know at least. I'm not sure whether non-IT person, which background you are from, which what exactly you are doing, I don't know, but some of the non-IT persons, like some of the managers also, they can able to join this session. Okay, so if you are somewhere related to anything cloud or something, you can still be there in the session, or else one or the other way it should be. So this course is for 2 days, 1 hour each.
No? Yeah.
I'm saying that
Yeah,
this
fine.
classes is for 10 days. It's not for 1 day or 1 hour.
Actually, they will come
Okay.
at 7:30. So I scheduled before 10 minutes so that I can check with audio and video settings so that it won't be.
Okay. So again, I'm telling this session is for 10 days. It's not for 1 day or 2 day. Okay. Someone is saying yes at 900 is basic. Yes, maybe it basics, but the topics that we are going to discuss is some more detailed. We'll be going on for some of the things. Okay, so you can always have the check it out. So see, this is it 900. When you say basics, it's not a basic, it's an overview of the entire portfolio of the Azure top services. Okay, so you will come to know all the topics and all those things. Its training will be conceptual, theory or practical, and how much percentage each. The percentage is shown here. It's there visible on the screen. Okay, so practicals, yes, practicals also will be there. May not be for all these services, but wherever possible, definitely I will show the practicals. I will ask someone to volunteer and do the some of the practicals also, and we will have some interactive quizzes. Whoever is participating in the quizzes, we will be giving a paid courses for free for them. Whoever has win the context, okay, it's not participated. Whoever has win the context, we will discuss about the quiz and all those things in maybe in upcoming sessions. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow we will be discussing about that. Okay, let me go through this. So we'll be discussing about region pairs, availability zone, resource group, subscription management group, Azure resource manager. Okay, then on the core services, we'll be discussing about virtual machines, app services, container instance, Kubernetes, virtual desktop, VPN, peering, express route, blob storage, disk storage, file storage, storage tiers. On the database part, we'll be discussing few of the things, and the SQL also. Then on the next day, we'll be discussing on the some of the management tools of IoT Hub, IoT Central, Azure Sphere, Azure
Okay.
Synapses Analytics, HD Insight, Azure Databricks. Okay, so whatever is there in this, like DevOps, GitHub Actions, Azure Dev Test, everything, whatever the Azure key services are there, everything it's going to covered in this session. Okay, then on the security thing, so I'll be going one more extra mile on this. I'm not only going to limit it to this topic. Okay, any day I'll pick it up, I will announce in the group. Okay, security part I'm going to give out of the box, out of this syllabus. Okay, how you can really protect your cloud, what are the things are there in the market. Okay, all these things, if you guys are a senior level guys and expecting some more, so security, which is the most demanding thing in the market today. So on the cloud security, I'm going to talk little bit more apart from what is there here. Okay, so it could be any day. Okay, maybe for fourth day or fifth day or sixth day, based on the speed, based on the how you guys are picking up. Okay, so that's going to be additional thing. Whoever is going to be there in the session continuously, they will get that benefit actually, because cloud security is the most hot topic of no in today's. So you will have a lot of things, lot of real-time things will be there in the cloud security. So be connected, stay tuned on that. The next is we'll be discussing on some of the governance and policies, where we'll be talking about RBAC policies, resource logs, blueprints, Azure, and all those things. So the last topic we'll be discussing on the cost and SLA management, how to manage the cost, how do we get the SLA. So these are the different topics which we are going to discuss. Okay, so this is the one. I'm repeating one more time. Pay attention, even if you are a senior guys, even if you know this, I'm sure that you will definitely learn so many things out of this, because the amount of time that we have spent on these slides. So PDF cannot be shared. Anyhow, the link will be shared. The recordings will be there. Okay, so you can get it. And in between, like 6th day or 7th day, I will share some of the materials which which I'm creating now. Okay, it will take some time for me. 7th day or 8th day, I'll be going to share you some of the things which will help you to prepare for the interviews. If anyone is looking for job change or something, so those material, whatever I'm going to share, will help as a quick glance. Whatever we have discussing here, those things will be there in that, but it will be. So core network guys, is this course helpful for core networking guys? See, nowadays, after 2 years, the cloud is going to mandate for everybody. Okay, even the network guys also has to learn this. So it is mandate for everyone to learn cloud computing. Okay, so it is not that whether it is benefit or not benefit. Every IT guys should know the cloud computing. Um, so it will come everybody's way. It will come, definitely it will come. So because the organizations are changing, organizations started working on that. Okay, so little bit on the what are the certifications that are there in the Azure. Okay, let me quickly go through that as well, so that people who are freshers, at least they should know these things. Okay, I think you guys able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So at the very fundamental level, AZ900 Azure fundamentals is there. Fundamentals is divided into 3 blocks actually. General Azure fundamentals, the next is AI fundamentals, and the Azure data fundamentals. These are the 3 fundamentals that are available. These are the 3 different fundamentals that are available, in which we are going to see is AZ900. Okay. The next is on the specialist certificate point of view. We have SAP, virtual desktop, and developers, IoT developers. So the major portion covers here the role-based certifications, where we have Azure Administration Associate with AZ104. Once we completed this session, we'll be starting AZ104 also, which will be a paid course. Okay, which will be a paid course, and it will be a completely hands-on. Okay, and there are a lot of things which we are going to tell in the AZ104. Okay, on the security point of view, we have AZ500, AI 102 is there, database administration 300 is there, analyst 100, Azure solution architect expert, which is 303 and 304 you have to do. DevOps, on the specific to DevOps, AZ400 is there, Azure Data Scientist, DP100, Azure Data Engineer, DP203, Azure Stack Hub Operator Associate, AZ600, and Azure Developer Associate is the 204. So these are all role-based certifications. Apart from this, there are other things which I don't want to. This is very specific to Azure, which I have discussed. Okay. So these are the certifications that are there. Apart from this, AZ500 is there, which is Azure Security Engineer Associate. Okay. So we'll be jumping on to the session now. You guys have any questions?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I request everyone to mute yourself.
Radha, can you please mute yourself?
Come again, sorry.
Musin,
Can you please mute yourself?
I have muted everybody. Just unmute one person and just talk, please.
Actually, I was asking Radha to mute himself.
Sorry, I didn't get you still.
Musin, she is telling to mute all.
Prada,
Okay,
Prada
okay, fine.
can
I'm
mute
muting
or
everyone.
she
Yes,
can
yes.
stop video.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Musin, you please mute all everyone. Okay.
Yeah, I have muted everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are starting now. Okay, as I said, we'll be going point by point. What is there in the PDF? So today's topic would be like very basics. Most of the people knows that. So I want some answers from you guys, either by chat, either by unmute and talk yourself. Okay, so so that we can have can we get free Azure practice while attending this training practice? We will discuss about that in the last session. Okay, what and all we are going to get and all those things we'll discuss in last session. Okay, so some of the recordings, like 3 days recordings will be there, and it will be put it in the it will be it will be there in the YouTube. Actually, I'll be uploading all the 3 days session, 3 to 4 days, maybe 4 days also, maybe. Okay, not complete 100% will be there. At least 4 days. At least I'll make sure that it will be there in the YouTube. Okay, everything will be recorded and placed in the YouTube, so you guys can come and watch anytime. And the link will be shared in our group only. Okay, so fine. So what is cloud computing? Can somebody says quickly, unmute yourself, and can somebody speak what is cloud computing? What you guys knows about this? Okay, so my point is to get the free Azure software. Okay, Azure software you will not get. Okay, it is publicly available. Okay, so you just need a credit card to log in. Okay, you have to put, will discuss about all those things, how to log in, how to get, how do you do the practice, and all those things I will let you know. Okay, I will let you know. So you guys just need the third day, those who want to do a hands-on practice, I want them to log into the sign up to the Azure account, which I will be guiding you maybe on the second day. Okay, once we completed the first module, we'll be guiding you how to create. The next day you guys has to create and come, those who want to really want to do the practice. Okay, I will be going through the practice session very slowly. Okay, and I have my own way. It is not that regularly click here, click here, click here. No, it will not be in that way. Okay, there is some method which I'm going to follow to make you really understand what exactly and how to do that. Okay, so hold for those things. I'll be discussing on the practical and all those things, but before practical we need to understand the concept, logic, everything first. Okay, so can quickly somebody unmute and tell me what is cloud computing? What exactly you know about the cloud computing? What is in your opinion actually? What
uh,
quickly? Anybody?
accessing data over the internet instead of using physical hardware.
Okay, great. Thanks, Raja. Someone has says that utilizing services and the resources on demand basis. Okay, so okay, fine. Any other points?
It's
Accessible.
like providing some infrastructure, a platform where someone can utilize the resources and get that as per their own requirements to fulfill their needs and do their job and whatever. So different sorts of services and the like the operating systems or some additional resources, whatever. You don't need to. You just I mean get connected and get all what you want at the same infrastructure there.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for that definition. Any other points? Any other things? Any other points?
Availability of data anytime, anywhere.
Availability of data. Okay. Availability of data. Okay, fine. Availability of data. If you put the data in Gmail, that is also availability of data, right? Gmail also you can put some data. Fine, fine.
Yeah, even that
Nothing
can.
right. It is nothing right or wrong. We are all here to learn. So please open whatever comes to your mind. Speak it up. Any other points? Any other quick points? Someone want to share?
Gmail is a cloud service, no? So Gmail is also cloud.
Okay.
Cost serving through using through this cloud computing,
Great.
this physical cost computing.
Great. Cost cutting, cost control. Great. One more. Any other point? Okay.
You no need to maintain a physical server in the company basis.
Great.
So on demand basis, you can purchase the particular software or particular service. You can purchase from there, and then you can use it for the particular period.
Correct. Right. Okay.
It's like renting the services.
Renting the service itself. Okay. Good. Great. Fine.
So no need to worry about the maintenance and all. So anything happens, you can all in the cloud. Where it is stored, we don't know.
Sure. Great. So let's see.
Like on-demand availability of like resources, which include storage and database.
Service.
Perfect. So let's see. I have defined some my own definition so that if you go ahead and ask 10 different persons, you will get 10 different answers, right? From their different perspective. Even if you look at the AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, IBM, they have their own definitions. Okay, in different ways, the way they looks. Okay. Similarly, I have put my views on what is that cloud computing for me. Okay, let's see what is that. I says that cloud computing is a virtual marketplace. Okay, when I say virtual marketplace, what is virtual marketplace? It is basically something like you take Amazon.com, Flipkart.com, all those things, right? Those are all marketplace, but those are all virtually available, right? So somewhat similar to that, like you buy things, you buy mobile, washing machines, home appliances, everything, right? Somewhat similar to that, the cloud is also. Okay, but what is the difference? It is accessible over internet. When you buy things from Amazon and Flipkart, you get it delivered to your home. But here, when you buy things, you are not get delivered to your home, but those things will be accessible over the internet. Now, the next thing is what you will buy. What you will buy there. In Amazon, Flipkart, Walmart, you get things, right? You have categories of each categories. But here, you will get the IT resources. That IT resources you will get as a service. Okay, what is the service? We will see into the next. IT resources here, whether you say storage, whether you say database, virtual machines, all those things are IT resources, but these things you will get it as a service. And all these things will be done through a flexible renting model. Okay, flexible renting model. To summarize everything, cloud computing is a virtual marketplace accessible over internet where you can buy IT computing resources as a service on a flexible rent basis. Okay, on a flexible rent basis. When you say rent, pay as you go. Okay, the flexible rent is also called as pay as you go. What is pay as you go here? If you are going for any rent model, generally you will have a renting option for 1 day, 10 days or 1 month. If you buy the house for rent, which is a long-term 1 year contract, 2 years, 3 years, right? For every renting, you have some specific timelines. Okay. But here it is a pay as you go, which will be even for 1 minute also you use it, and if you return back, you have to pay only for the 1 minute whatever you are consuming. Okay, so that is what it is. So now the cloud computing. Now the cloud computing is a self-service portal. Okay, self-service portal where you can buy virtual IT resources. Okay, now here the important one question, one point is where users are the owner for the service. Okay, whatever you buy the service, you are the owner for that, and cloud service provider are the owner for the infrastructure. This is an exam question actually. Who is the owner for what? Okay, they will put it in some different way. In one of the exam in the past, this question has been asked in a different way, but I have just described here as a sentence. User, if you are buying something, you are the owner for that respective service, and cloud service providers are the owner for the infrastructure. Okay, now who are all the cloud service provider? I mentioned as a cloud service provider. Who are all the cloud service provider? Can somebody quickly tell me who are all there in the market on the cloud service providers?
Amazon, Azure,
AWS,
Google,
Microsoft,
Google,
Okay.
Alibaba,
Okay.
IBM.
Okay. Any other? Any other names? Whatever has been.
Rackspace,
Rackspace. Good. Okay.
Oracle.
Oracle. Okay. Okay. Quickly, let me show here. These are the top players as per the Gartner quadrant. Okay, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud, and no one has spoke about Tencent Cloud. So there is one more who is another key players in the cloud. The other players are there: DigitalOcean, Rackspace, VMware, Termark, Joinet. So this is the Gartner Magic Quadrant. Okay, so I don't want to talk much about this as of now, but from this quadrant perspective, AWS is the top leader. Why? Because the only reason is they have an initial startup. Okay, they are the who actually started this cloud computing business in 2006, and Azure has started in 2008. So they have some difference here. The starting point, AWS has been a player. Why? Because it has an early start. Okay, and Azure is being the next category who is from the various point of view. Azure is coming very fast now in the market. Okay, there are a lot of ties is happening. Some of the project point of view from AWS versus Azure. Okay, so it is very important that another, maybe if you take next 2 or 3 years, there will be definitely either Azure also will have a very bright future actually. Azure also will have a upper hand in the market now. Okay, so now if you go little bit deep dive, what exactly these guys are selling. Okay, so what are the products they sell? If you see, this is AWS, Azure, GCP, and the IBM Cloud. If you look at from the products point of view, they sell compute, containers, storage, database, migrations, network and content delivery, developer tools, end user. So these are the list. Okay, categories. If you look at Amazon, Amazon.com, Flipkart, you have a categories, right? Which what type of things like accessories, electronic goods, home appliances, like that you have category. Here also you have similar categories. It is just matter you just go and fill, you select and take it up. Now if you look at AWS, Azure, and IBM Cloud, for that matter, any other cloud vendors, everything they are selling the same products. Okay, if you learn any one product properly, either AWS or Azure, or what I'm saying is, be the conceptually 100%, you can able to play in any of the cloud. Once you are strong in the concepts of any one cloud, okay, you can play in any cloud easily, because everybody is selling the same things only. Okay, at the end, the UI will be changed. Okay, the UI will be different, the look and feel will be different, that's it, but everyone is going to sell the same things. Okay, if you go little bit more further, I have logged into the, this is a screenshot of the compute here. Okay, once you go to compute, inside you have a long, again a big list. Okay, so you have API apps, Cycle Cloud, Azure Functions, Spring Cloud, Batch, Container Instance, mobile apps. There are lots of things are there. Okay, so at the end, if you see one or the other way, everybody is selling the same things, but the names will be different, the UI will be different, look and feel, the options will be different, but the concept, if you are good at concept, you will learn everything. Okay, moving next, we have discussed a lot about, we have heard a lot of about service. What exactly service? Can somebody tell me what is a service? Everything is a service, right? The compute, whatever seen in the previous slide, these are all service, because IT resource as a service, we are getting everything as a service. Okay, can somebody tell me what is a service?
Application.
Sorry,
So that it's an application specific
specific
to the
application.
task or something.
Okay, any other question, any other guesses, any other comments? Okay, so let me put across here. A service is, as according to ITL, it is not my definition or somebody, it is a ITIL definition, a means of delivering value to a customer by facilitating outcomes customers wants to achieve, but without the ownership of specific cost and risk. Okay, if you understand this definition in a right way, we will come to know the complete grip of the service, what exactly it is. Okay, so they are giving a value by facilitating outcomes customers want to achieve. Someone has given when I ask cloud computing definitions, you guys has told right what customer wants they will give. Okay, on demand delivery. So these are all like, if you want to get a virtual machine, okay, you don't need to you don't need to buy a hardware, right? Without any specific cost of that, you are getting the so please unmute yourself.
delivering value to customer.
Mohsin, can you please mute on the?
Yeah, I have muted everyone. Okay. So it is, if you want to buy a hardware or a storage or anything in general, what you have to do is you have to buy that. Okay. Now here, without any ownership of specific cost and risk, you no need to maintain the depreciation. You no need to maintain the hardware. You no need to everything. Without doing anything, you are achieving what you want. That is what a service is. Okay. It could be anything, whether you can say as a network, storage, server, or IoT or AI, whatever it is. Okay, you no need specific things, you can achieve it from what you want. This is what a service is. Okay, moving next. So Azure has a 5 pillars Microsoft well architected framework. Okay, uh, this this is a 5 pillar architect framework which we'll be discussing about the cost optimization, operational excellence, reliability, performance efficiency, and the security. Okay, so these are the 5 pillars where Azure is stand on. Okay, there is an entire document on this, how to protect this, how cost optimization can be done, how operational excellence can be done, how reliability can be achieved, how the performance efficiency can be achieved, security can be achieved. So there is complete a document is there. But if you really go complete about this session, so you will understand some of the areas, how to manage, what to manage, how you can take it up, everything. All these 5 things will be covered in a very no basic level. Okay, so you will be understanding those things in a basic level, but if you really want to know, you have to go ahead and learn the uh, particular architect framework. Okay, so what is the current challenge in infrastructure? Why do we need a cloud? Okay, why exactly this cloud has come? Okay, what's the reason the cloud has been come actually, right? So what is that current challenges that we are facing? Hardware procurement. Generally, if you in any organization, if you want to buy any server or anything, hardware procurement always takes time. Okay, now business approvals, again it takes time. Logistical issues, once you buy that, racking, stacking, that is again another challenge. Installation of OS, maintenance, identity management, depreciation, resource to manage, all these things are current challenge. Okay, now what are we solving through this? Okay, once with the cloud is hardware is provisioned, business approval to extend it has been taken care, you no need to face a logistical issues, no racking and stacking, OS by default it is installed, no maintenance, centralized identity, you need to maintain the centralized identity, depreciation you no need to worry, no special resources you want, and the best part is speed and agility, you will get it. Okay, what is the speed and agility? Can somebody tell me the difference between speed and agility? If somebody knows what is speed, what is agility? Okay, I do not want to spend time here. Anyhow, there is next subsequent slides are there on that. We will discuss on the speed and agility. Okay, so moving on. So hope you guys understand what is the cloud is overcoming of. Okay, now speed is, as we discussed, these logistical issues, racking, stacking, OS installation, maintenance, all these things we are addressing. Okay, when it comes to agility, it takes from days to a seconds, weeks to a minutes, months to an hours. Okay, if you generally take on premise, it takes days for any installation, it takes everything whatever we discussed in the previous slides, it may takes days will be replaced with the seconds, weeks will be replaced with the minutes, months will be replaced with the hours. Okay, so time to market. So this is something, purchasing the service always a big constraint for any organization as it consumes times. We discussed this. Cloud provides service in a minute. This is what the time to market, time to agility is, which means companies ready to increase the productivity of the organization and ready to move the business anytime. Okay, so they can do the things because everything we are ordering online now. Okay, as we discussed in the place, it's like Amazon, Flipkart we discussed, right? So everything we are ordering online by filling a form. I'm making it very simple. Okay, things can be get it by filling the forms, just by fill the form and you get it. Like for passport, you apply the for form, right? What is your name, this, that, and all, name, age, location, everything you fill up, right? Similarly here, what service, what IT resources you want, you just need to specify in a form, and once you submit the form, the things are ready for you. That's a simple thing. What is the time to market? Okay, when you come to Azure, Azure is a cloud computing platform with ever expanding set of services to help you build solution to meet the business goals. Okay, so we discuss about the service, same thing it's coming here. Azure services range from computer running in the cloud for you to run your software to storage to many other capabilities like AI or AOT. Okay, so how you access this? Okay, how you want to do the practice, how you access this? There is something called Azure free account. Okay, which you will be logging through your credit card. Okay, once you get that, the Azure account, you will get access to Azure portal, where you will have a 30 days of some amount, there are 13,000 rupees which you will get it. Okay, you can access these 13,000 rupees and you can buy anything within the Azure. Okay, for your practice, and it will be there for 30 days. And after 30 days, some of the products are available for 12 months. Okay, more than 25 products that are available for free. Okay, the only thing is you just need your phone number, your credit card, and a Microsoft account. Okay, so these are the three things which you want. You need to create a Microsoft account along with your phone number and the credit card. Okay, which I'll be showing you in the next session, how to create an account and all those things. I strongly recommend you, those who want to do a practice, please create an account. Okay, make it ready for the next class. You please make it ready, the credit card, so that I'll show you how do you do that. Okay, again, it's normal, like Gmail account and all you open, somewhat similar to that only. The only thing additional you will get here is you are adding your credit card there. Okay, so this is how you can do your practice, if you have if you really want to do it. Okay, there are different options that are available, where you can buy directly. You can use azure.com and you can buy the services from there. There are some Microsoft representatives through which you can able to get it. The other third, most of the organizations does is they go through the Microsoft partners to enable the account. Okay, so someone has asked how much it's cost. So there is no cost, nothing. As I said, the moment you log into the account, 2 rupees in INR, 2 rupees will be deducted from your credit card, and after 2-3 days it will be resent back to you. So there is no charges to your credit card, it's a free. Okay, first thing. Second thing is, this things, whatever is there, you will get some amount of 13,000 rupees in your account the moment you log into the credit card. So that whatever services you are using, you have to buy within that budget only. Okay, and there are some paid versions are there which you cannot use that account. Okay, which it needs a another account to do that. Okay, so 13,000 rupees, it will be there the moment you log in through your credit card. So 2 rupees will be deducted and 13,000 rupees will be in your account, and you can use it for your practice then. Okay, so now any questions so far? Any questions? All good. Thanks for that. Okay, so now key drivers. I'm not going to spend much time on these slides because anyhow we'll be discussing on the next slides all these things. So scalability and flexibility. Okay, so what is that you will be getting if you use the cloud computing? That is what it says. So next is high availability. You will get high availability. Okay, reduce maintenance. You no need to do a lot of maintenance here. Then measured services. Okay, you will be accounted. So in my experience, what I have seen is there are lots of servers we buy and just kept in the data centers, which has not been used for months and years also. Okay, but there is nobody to take care, also nobody bother about that in a lot of organization. It's not only with my previous, there are so many cases which I have heard about this. Okay, yeah, just organization buy the infrastructure and without any use they just keep it. Okay, so anybody has experienced that in your organizations? Yes, no? Is Azure like operating system, or it's provides financial softwares or other professional stuff as well? Like as I said, let's hold for this question. I will answer you in the next slides. Okay, I'll answer you in the next slides. Once you see the look and feel of Azure, once you see the things, you will understand what exactly it is. But as I said, understanding Azure is not important. Okay, understand the concept of the cloud computing first, what and all is there. Okay, once you understand the cloud computing concept, it means that you have learned all the things. Like AWS also you have learned GCP, IBM, everything you have learned. Okay, so hold for the concepts. Okay, understand the concept, what exactly it is, how they produce, how it benefits. Okay, so no capex expenditure. Okay, agility, geo distribution, disaster recovery, easy migration to cloud, and the elasticity. Okay, so these are the different things which you will get it if you use the uh, Azure cloud. Not only Azure cloud, cloud computing basically. Okay, so in the cloud, if you look at what are the emerging technologies are there. Just break for 5 minutes in the middle of the session. Okay, anyway, you will have the recordings. Probably you can just have it. You can check it out. Because some of the these are very general topics actually. Okay. So what are the emerging technologies that are there in the cloud computing? We have artificial intelligence and machine learning, robotics, AR and VR, IoT, blockchain, analytics, and containerization. The last is serverless. Okay, so these are all different things that you can achieve through the cloud computing. Okay, so these are the trending topics, but it is, see, if you want to get for the job and all those things, one or the other way, at least some of the concepts you should know these things, because most of the companies are using multi-cloud and all those things. We'll discuss about that. You also have to learn the DevOps. You also have to learn the DevOps if you want to get a good job and all. So three things you have to be very sure. You have to learn. First thing is you have to learn multi-cloud. Means it is not only Azure. You have to learn at least two minimum. Okay, maybe AWS or Azure or Google Cloud, whatever be. Minimum two cloud you have to learn. The next thing you have to learn about the DevOps. Okay, DevOps is again a very important thing which you have to learn. The third thing is what are the other different things that are there in the market. Okay, how or you can consider security. Okay, security, basic security also you should know. So these are the three pillars which you should know to get a good job. Okay, so in this session, now once one part we have completed from the PDF. So now hereafter we are going to see all these things. What is availability and high availability, what is scalability, what is elasticity, what is fault tolerance, what is disaster recovery. Okay, there is often a lot of confusion with this terminology. Even there is an experience, guys, there are a lot of confusion with these terminologies. When to use what should use when. Okay, so I'm sure that after this session you will get 100% clarity about these topics. Okay, it is not only from the cloud point of view. Even if you look at the general uh, uh, regular day-to-day work, these terms are really used to come. Okay, we should be very clear what exactly these terms are. The very first thing that is there is the high availability. Just a minute. What is availability? Can somebody quickly tell me what is availability according to you? What do you mean by availability? Quickly, somebody unmute and just speak it up, please. What is availability? Or in the chat box at least. Guys, be interactive. 24/7. Okay. Upkeep of the service. Good. Any other points? You are unable to unmute. Okay. Thanks for highlighting that, Bhagesh. Now, can you just check it out if you are, I think you are able to unmute, right? Yeah, please go ahead. Somebody, if you less business impact. Okay, good. Yeah, somebody wants to add something else quickly.
So it's like disaster recovery, like suppose if something gets failed,
So disaster
so
recovery
it
is
should be
something.
recovered. It should
Disaster
be recovered
recovery.
easily.
Disaster recovery is entirely different thing. Less business impact, less downtime. Okay, fine, good. Thanks
If
for.
the rack is failed,
Yeah. Somebody saying something.
if the rack is failed,
The rack is filled.
the
Okay.
another spare is available.
What is the chances of getting the rack failed?
Overload, traffic, and overheated,
Okay.
some technical related issues.
Okay. Fine. So here, if you look at, that's where this entire diagram has been given. Okay. This is how the data center racking stacking happens. This is a PowerPoint actually. Okay. So you will have two different PowerPoints here. Okay. For every rack, you will have two different PowerPoints. Even if the power fails, the server will go down, right? This is the network devices. So if the network devices goes, again there is chances that the network, the servers are down. If the servers itself is down, again there is a down. Okay, so there is a high chance of the actual availability from the definition point of view. If you see, availability is a percentage of time a service is available for use. Okay, how much time the service is available to use is what called as a availability. Availability refers to a system or an application is an operational or functional for the user. How much time that service is available? 99% uptime, 99.9% uptime. So you might have heard these times. This is called the availability. Okay, how much time that service is available. Okay, not from the negative, that downtime, how much downtime, how much less downtime. These things are the other side of the thing. How much time it is available is what a availability. Say for example, if you take a time a month, so the red color, okay, within 3 days 2 hours is downtime, again 2 days is up and 1 hour is downtime, and 1 day 21 hours is totally up. Okay, so if you take complete 1 week cycle, 3 hours of downtime. Okay, so 3 hours of downtime, that means totally it is upwards, it is down for 3 hours. That means it is within 1 week, 3 hours there is a downtime. Okay, so instead of talking about the downtime, how much if we calculate into the percentage, you will get the percentage how much time it comes. So availability calculation quickly, I'm not go through complete, I not spend time on this. Specific time, days or month, minus downtime divided by specific time period. Okay, this is the example. Okay, 41,760 minutes minus 55 minutes. How much time is downtime divided by total number of minutes? 41,760 minutes total, period, specific period. If you are putting 1 month, 1 week, 1 month, or 3 months, you have to decide based on that, and the calculation is based on that actually. So when we go for 1.0 course, these things will be spent time and we'll be discussing slowly actually. Now since it is a short time course, so I'm going very fast. So here, if you look at from the uptime perspective, the calculation is 99.86% uptime. Okay, so you have to consider calculate like this. Now see here, 99.99. If you take 4 nines, okay, that means 8.64 seconds of downtime per day. Per week, it is 1.01 minutes. Okay, per month, 4.38 minutes. overall year, it is just a 52 minutes, 52 hours, 60 minutes is the downtime, 52 hours. Okay. So companies goes with 4 nines most of the cases. Okay, this is the most preferred things. Some of the data centers, they considers they give for 5 nines. Okay, in Azure and AWS also for that matter, if you take some of the services, they give 11 nines. Okay, cloud computing people, cloud service providers gives 11 nines. Just consider, if you take 5 nines, it is like 5 minutes per year downtime. Okay, if you take 5 nines, 5 minutes is the downtime per year. If you take 11 nines, just imagine. Okay, it is like zero downtime. Okay, so such a level of commitments, Azure and AWS, for that matter, any cloud service provider on the storage, they give this. Okay, so because for some of the things it is very important, once you go for the next level course or in your organization, they will ask you, okay, how much time is downtime, how much minutes of downtime and all those things, what is the availability. And so this is how we used to calculate. I used to present some of the documents, I used to present to my management, where I have to work on these things and I have to show. So many organizations does this. So if you are a senior guys, I think definitely you might be knowing these things. Okay, factors. What are the factors that interrupt the availability? Okay, it is not that we just know the definition of availability. What are the factors it goes? Okay, unplanned outages, I have broadly classified this into two things: unplanned outages and the planned outages. In the unplanned outages, if you see, the power outages, network outages, system outages, malicious attack, manufacturing defect, increase in server load, bugs in the application. So these are all the different cases which are, see, you may ask, why are we looking all these things, right? There are some concepts which are there where we have to really know these things. Then only we will get the clarity of those services. Okay, we should know about all these things. Okay, so in the planned outages, if you look at system upgradation, patch upgrade, periodic update, intimate to user in advance to migrate to other machines, or take downtime proactively. Okay, so planned outages and unplanned outages, these are the different outages that are available. So, just a minute. Okay, so any questions? Any questions here? All good. Just type AG in the comment box. All good. Do we face all these challenges in case of cloud? Then what we pay for without getting the reliability? Yes. So when you go for cloud, there are cases. Where even if you go, we have to go ahead and read the SLA documents for each service. Okay. So if this service goes down, what is the AWS Azure commitment towards that? Okay, for each and everything, it is clearly documented that if this service is interrupted, what is the option, or what is that percentage no SLA commitment for the from Azure. So one or the other way we have to worry, but not all, but at least few, like power outages, network outages, system outages. If you take this as a consideration, you have to go for the load balancing options, scale set options. There are different options are there where these things, these challenges are being taken care. Okay, if you want to mitigate these problems, you have to go for, there is a VM scale set options are there. Okay, load balancing options are there. If you taken care of those things, these are all taken care. Okay, so if it is a malicious attack, if you want to consider malicious attack, so there are there is a case with AWS, some malicious attack happened and the entire companies has closed. Okay, there is some millions, $1 million lost to the company, and the company itself got closed. So malicious attack, you have to consider malicious attack. Manufacturing defects, you really no need to worry, but when you be as a experienced architect person, there is a different categories of services that are available. You have to choose those architecture accordingly. Okay, so these are all really for an architect. If you're designing, if you want to choose any product, you have to consider all these things. Every single place you have to consider. If anyone asking that, if any developer is from some specific background or specific things, definitely they will ask, I want this machine. You as an architect, you as an cloud expert, you have to suggest what type of hardware to choose. So in that case, manufacturing defects will come in picture. Instead, I say that manufacturing defects, you need to be in a position to choose what type of hardware to choose. Okay, there are different categories of hardwares which we will be discussing in no, when we go to the next session, we will be discussing there. Okay. Increase in server loads, yes, you have to consider. Bugs in application, you have to consider. All these things is a necessity to consider. Okay, but all these things, when you grow as an architect, as an expert, definitely these things will come to you. Okay. Next, key terminologies from a SLA document point of view. When you go ahead and read the SLAs, so these are the different terminologies will come. Mean time to recovery, which is called as a MTTR. MTBF, mean time between failure. RPO, recovery point object. RTO, recovery time object. So patch upgrade means, okay, so patch upgrade in the sense, say for example, you have a machine, and you have to upgrade the patches of that machine, security patches. Microsoft used to release, right? You might be using laptop, you security patches will come. So those, some similar to that, in the cloud also, you are going to use same Windows, same Linux only. Okay, what is there in your laptop, what is there in your servers, same thing, same OS only you are going to use there. It is not that cloud will give you different something, different OS. Okay, they are going to give the same OS. If any security patches or anything has been released, you have to upgrade that. Okay, so MTTR, if you look at, I don't want to spend much time here. Right, quickly I will go through. If patches in knowledge base in Windows, yes, you can consider that. Yeah, patches in knowledge base, you can consider that. Okay, so that also can be the case. So MTTR is basically average time to recover service from an outage. Okay, from if any outage happen, what is the time you will recover the service? Okay, mean time between failures means average time between the outages. Okay, what are the different, how much the outages is happening, what is the average time between the outages, that is called MTBF. RPO is stands for interval of time in which data could be lost during the recover. Okay, if you are recovering something, if something data is lost, those data lost is considered as recovery point object. Okay, the time duration for no whatever the time it takes to data to recover, so that time is considered as an RPO. When it comes to RTO, time requirement for recovery to be completed. Okay, how much time it require, it took to complete the recovery before the business impact. Okay, before the business impact, how much time you took to recover that. Okay, so that is called as RTO. See, this 900 is not just, you know, you give some, what is Azure services. These are all very important terminologies if you want to be a successful cloud engineer. Okay, that's why I kept all these terminologies. What is that? Okay, high availability. Now we discussed about the availability. Now there is any questions in availability and these terminologies. Any questions? Is any questions? If not, just type AG in the comment box. All good. AG. or if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, fine, good. So next is high availability. Can somebody quickly tell me what is high availability? You guys might have definitely gone through this. What is high availability? Quickly, what is high availability? You guys might have heard about this term. Sorry guys, my work got disconnected. I'm not sure. Uh, you guys able to hear me?
Yes, crystal clear.
Okay. Thanks. I'm not. I got disconnected. I'm not sure what's happened. Okay, fine. So I was just discussing about high availability. Can somebody quickly tell me what is high availability? You guys able to see my screen now? Is the screen visible? Oh my
Yes.
God, something 3 minutes it took that I'm not able to. Okay. Not sure what happened, where it went wrong. Okay, fine. What is high availability? Can somebody server uptime? Okay.
Load balancer.
Load balancing. Okay, good. Any other comments quickly?
Sorry.
Sorry?
It
You're
is
saying
to
something.
minimize the IT disruptions.
Okay, good. Fine. So let me put across here. Make the service or system available for most of the time. Okay, that's what I said. These terminologies are very confusing terminologies. Okay, we should be very clear when we are talking about all these things. Okay, make the service or system available for most of the time. HA does not give 100% or guaranteed zero time. Okay, it is not mean that it will give a 100% uptime. Okay, HA strategy is reaching 5 nines, not 100% uptime. Okay, we discuss about 5 nines, right? So it is not, it is about reaching 5 nines, but not the 100% uptime. HA consider for individual resources. Okay, this is another very important point we should know. HA consider for individual resources. When I say individual resources, power is there, network is there, individual services is there, all these things. Okay, let's take an example here. Okay, from the load balancing point of view. Now, if in any one of the virtual machine, okay, some service is running. How do we make sure that this particular virtual machine or an application has an high availability? Okay, so if load is increases, okay, one way is if the load is increases on the server, okay, definitely the server may go down. Okay, what is the solution for that? We need to have a load balancer. Okay, when you do a load balancing, so you will create a multiple instance of same, and you will be balancing the load between all the application. Okay, I don't want to keep going on this load balancing, how it works and all those things. This is a part of actually 104 course where I will be discussing much more detail in how it works, what and all things to be considered, all those things. So in general, yeah, someone saying something. Okay, fine. So in general, if you see this animation now, okay, you might be a little bit be knowing what exactly it is, but when we go for 104 course, we will spend time on this and discuss detail how it works and all those things. Okay, but in general, there will be a load balancer will be sitting in form of service here. Okay, when it comes to cloud, it will be in form of service, and you will have a multiple instances which is running. Okay, so I just want to skip these slides in interest of time. Okay, because these are designed for 104 course actually. HA is a duplication of compute network storage, enhance availability. Yes, you can say that duplication, but some of the things you cannot duplicate. You have to put as a redundancy. Okay, like power is there, power you need to be have power PDU separately. Okay, so why are we discussing these things? When you go for Azure actual HA concepts and all those things, there are so many things are there which we need to consider these factors. Okay, so there is a power failure. These things which we'll be discussing slowly in the 104 course. Now I want to skip these things. Okay, so you can see for every small things I have put an animation and shown how things works, what exactly goes there, everything. Next comes is a scalability. Any idea what is scalability? Quickly, what is scalability?
How much we can stretch it?
How much we can stretch it? Okay, what is elasticity then?
Increase.
What is the difference between scalability and elasticity? Ability to meet increased demand. Okay, good. What is the difference between scalability and elasticity? Elasticity change of configuration. Okay, able to increase based on requirement. Scalability, to what extent we can add resource. Okay, good. Increase or decrease the infrastructure as a requirement. Srikant Mutyala, you have mentioned that increase or decrease the infrastructure as per requirement. Is that a scalability or a elasticity? Measurability is scalability. Measurability. Okay. Okay, fine. Quickly, we will see that the change in the capacity, its size or scale. Okay. The change in the capacity. Okay. We'll discuss. Or a process of allocating or deallocating the resources as per the demand. Okay. The third point is adding a horsepower. To be simple to put, adding a horsepower. Okay, these are the different definitions which which will come as part of the scalability. Now, when you look at, there are different resources refers to here memory, CPU, or virtual instances. Okay, memory, CPU, or virtual instances. See, there are basically two types of scaling. Okay, one is called as a vertical scaling, the other is called an horizontal scaling. Anybody knows about this? If yes, can you just quickly tell me what is horizontal scaling, what is vertical scaling? See, these are, even the experts, I'm saying there are lots of confusion on these terminologies. I'm sure that after this class, you will be sure on these things actually. What is vertical scaling? What is horizontal scaling? Can somebody quickly tell me what is that difference?
With vertical scaling, it's like you are adding more power to your existing machine.
Okay.
Whereas in horizontal scaling, it's like you get the additional resources into your system by adding more machines to your network, sharing the processing and like memory workload across multiple devices.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So let me show these things in example. As per animation. Okay. We put an eye on animation actually. See here, when you say the vertical scaling, you are adding the memory, processor, whatever is there in the same box. Okay, in the same box. That means you are adding the horsepower. Okay, you are adding whatever is there in the physical system and making the system big. Is a vertical scaling. Okay, once you increase, just see the animation. Okay, it is that increasing the power of the single box, same machine you are increasing. In Azure, this called as vertical scaling is called as scaling up, scale up. Okay, but in Azure, now if you remove the power and all, the size of the box is reduced. Okay, that means you are reducing the horsepower, which in Azure it call as a scale down. Okay, now when you say vertical scaling, you are using the existing machine power, okay, to increase the RAM or processor, whatever is there, you are just increasing there. Okay, scale up and scale down. When it comes to horizontal scaling, what it does is, horizontal scaling is adding the additional out of the box, out of that particular hardware, you are adding one more machine. Okay, or either a physical machine or a virtual machine. Okay, either. Okay, but you are from that box, out of that box you are doing things. Okay, that is what the horizontal scaling is about. In Azure terminology, if you look at this, horizontal scaling is called as a scale out, and reducing the machine is called as a scale in. Okay, there is an exam question is there in this, what is scale up, what is scale down, what is scale in, what is scale out. So all these things are, so increasing the horsepower is your vertical scaling, adding the additional boxes, additional servers to it is called as a horizontal scaling. Okay, is it good? Any questions in this? Is it okay? All good? Just AG? Okay, good, great. Same thing here. Now, can you tell me one use case? Why do we need this vertical scaling? Why do we need this scalings actually? What is the real-time scenario for using this scaling? Can somebody tell me?
Change in requirements.
Yes, changing requirements. Any other point? One is changing requirement, the other is increasing the load of the server. Okay, say for example, big billion day, a Flipkart big billion day or something comes, automatically the need will get increased. Okay, the latency, one more thing you can consider as a latency also. You have web servers and it is not able to take more load. Yes, the load we discuss. Okay, so there are so many reasons where we need the scaling. Now, what is elasticity? Okay, elasticity is nothing but automating the scalability. Automating the scalability is called as an elasticity. Okay, if you do manually, you have to do everything manually. You have to keep a watch how much increase is coming, what is the problem it is coming. Okay, whether it's a memory is increased, processor increase, storage increase, whatever is there, you need to go have a manual eye on that. Instead of that, if you automate these things, is called as an elasticity. Simple. Okay, automating the scalability is called elasticity. Okay, this is what the best part of the cloud, which you can able to do it very quickly and effectively. Elasticity computing is ability to quickly expand and decrease the computing process memory storage resources to meet the changing demands without worrying about the capacity planning and engineering of peak usage. Okay, you no need to do any planning, you no need to do anything. You can just configure the elasticity. Okay. So can somebody tell me what is the example real-time use case? Why do we need elasticity? Okay, anyhow, I have mentioned there. Resources, say for example, during the peak hours, every day, if you want to reduce the cost, okay, if you want to reduce the cost, in general, if you take normal computing resources, you have to be there, to manually maintain, like if peak hours is reduced, like morning maybe after evening 6, if people left the organization and all, wind up for the day, the peak hours goes down, right? So utilization of the servers goes down. If you have to do it manually, it is a nightmare task. Okay, once you automate, you automatically reduce the cost. Okay, resources. Again, another use case is big billion days. Okay, if something 1 day sale has come or something, then at that time you need. Or testing phase. Testing you will not do every day. Maybe alternate days or one weekly ones or something. There depends on the project, depends on that thing. So during the testing cycles, you can do it. So see here, as the increase of users to cater for differences expected load and increased load such as event and disaster. So disaster is something different here, but one way from the cloud point of view, you can consider that we can say anything. Okay, but as the demand increase, as soon as demand increase, the resources is automatically scaled to cater it needs. That is what it is. Okay. The next comes is fault tolerance. What is fault tolerance? Anybody want to highlight? See, these are all are related terms, but these are often confusing terms actually, right? Availability, high availability, fault tolerance, scalability. These are often confusing terms. Little bit difference is there. What is fault tolerance? Can somebody tell me quickly? Replacing fault. Okay. Backups. Okay. Any other? Resiliency. Okay. Okay, fine. Fault tolerance ensures availability by keeping the copies on a separate host machine. Okay. This is the most important point. When it comes to Azure, there is a fault tolerance mechanism, which we discussed about, malicious attack, all these things we discussed, right? So if you want to plan this, you have to plan all these things accordingly, fault tolerance and all those things. It will keep a copy in one different place so that if something goes with the power, if something goes with the cooling, or if it is something goes with the network, if any virtual machines goes down, it will have a separate copy. Okay. Fault tolerance is a holistic view of compute power and network. Okay, ensuring 100%. What we discussed, high availability does not give 100% uptime, but fault tolerance gives 100% uptime. Ensures 100% uptime, that is 6 nines, that is 32 seconds per year downtime. When I say 6 nines, it is a 32 seconds of downtime. Okay, per year. This is what the fault tolerance is. But I don't want to go much more detail on this. Okay, there is a whole lot of animation which we have created for 104 course. Okay, where we actually discuss very minutely in each and every piece, and we discuss about that. So I'm skipping that slide. Disaster recovery. Can somebody quickly tell me what is disaster recovery?
The activity to bring out of the failure state or anything goes wrong. So just to handle that scenario and bring it back to the to the running services or whatever.
That fault tolerance, high availability, those things are taking care. No? What is the much more difference compared to that? That high availability and all those things are taking care. As the name suggests, whenever any disaster occurs like power outage, etc. See, power outage, all those things, your fault tolerance is taking care. Right? Okay, fine. So moving from primary side to secondary side, exactly. Okay. So if something entirely goes to the location, okay, and now if there is any earthquake comes, if any cyclones occur, any power grid failure, human errors, flood, cyber attack, if something goes wrong with one location, there is always another location is there where it takes care. It is not that within the location DR can be planned. If it is actual DR, it has to plan in a different place. Either it could be a same city, but two different locations, two different locations. Beyond FT and HADR is a complete business recovery plan and ensures 100% uptime. It creates a second copy of working application in a different region and create a replication among them. Okay. So this is what the disaster recovery during any of unnatural calamities happens. So disaster recovery comes in place and it helps. Okay. There are cases where companies plans DR in the same location, same place. Okay. That is not actual a DR. Okay. Because of the cost, because of the things they plan, but we should not plan. Okay. Because now we are learning the cloud. Okay. We should not plan. We should plan the disaster. Why we are talking all these things is you need to think on the remediation of this. Okay. How do we plan this? FT, how we can plan, HA, how we can plan, disaster recovery, which location to which location we have, and all these things we have to consider. Now see here, you will have a different copy in different location altogether, and there is a always a replication impact. Okay. If any one location goes geographically, the other location is always there for you to recover that. Is my voice is audible properly? I'm getting a notification. My internet is not stable. Is my voice audible?
Sometimes a bit interrupted. Sometimes.
Okay.
Yet understandable.
Okay, good then. That's the
Yeah,
most
same
important
for
thing.
me. It's breaking in between.
Okay. But understandable, right? It's that's more important actually, even if it is. I'm not sure what's wrong here. Just now I noticed that actually. Okay. Voice is good. Screen freezes at times. Screen freezes at times. Not sure what to do with that. Okay. I'll check some network issue might be there. Fine.
So in this scenario, how we mitigate it, like if something goes, this sort of scenarios in terms of cloud, what we call it, what happening with your system at the moment? In terms of cloud, if we see, so what we call it and how we mitigate and what.
Very good question actually. So now mitigation plan is, if you are running any application in one location, you need to create another location also. There is a lot of option. Okay, there is a lot of options are there in the cloud, where you can have a multiple copies in different locations. One copy you can put it in India, the other copy you can put it in maybe Singapore or maybe North Virginia, wherever you feel that it is comfortable. Okay, you need to have a multiple copies in different region altogether. Okay, best DR is go for multi-cloud. Okay, one application you put it in Azure, the other same copy you have to put it in AWS also. Okay, that's the best part actually. But there is how to sync, how to make things work. There is a lot of different tools are there for that to make it work. Okay, but that is how it is. Okay, if you take even a Facebook application and all those things, it is not that every application is there in one place. Okay, now the world is into the microservices. It is not a monolithic application. Okay, if you know something about application types, there is something called monolithic application, there is something called microservices. Now the world is changed to microservices. It is no more monolithic application. Okay, do you know what exactly monolithic application, what is microservices? Anybody knows? Guys knows that what exactly these things are? Yes, no? Okay, so no idea. Fine. So let me spend little bit time on this, because these are the very important terminologies which you should know. So that's what the main concept. If you know the concepts, then designing working in a multiple clouds is very easy. Okay, when you say a monolithic application, first let me tell that monolithic application. Okay, so now if you take a Facebook, can somebody tell me what are the features are there in the Facebook? Can somebody quickly tell me what is the features are there in the Facebook? Come on, guys. I think Facebook everybody knows, right? Speak up.
Uploading and downloading the pictures and videos, like,
Okay.
and tagging someone and like the pictures. These are the features.
Okay. What else?
Marketplace.
Marketplace. Okay. Okay. The one-way marketplace. Okay. What else?
Game zone, I think, is there.
Game zone is there. Messenger is there.
Messenger is there. Yeah.
Live Facebook is there, right? So now when you go for a monolithic applications, all these components, everything is built in one application and put it in one server. Okay. When they develop the program, entire program is bundled in one single package. Okay. Example, when you install a MS Office, okay, you will get everything as a bundle. MS Office like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all those things. It is bundled and it is there in your system, right? Similarly, Facebook application also, if it is bundled everything and put it in one system, that is called as monolithic applications. Okay. Earlier, every programmer used to write monolithic applications only. Now the world has changed to microservices. Now, what the benefit of microservices is, every individual component they will write separately, and through API they will connect each application. Okay. Now, when you posting images, that will be a separate microservice. Okay. Facebook Messenger, it's a different service. Facebook Live, it's a different service. All together, different places. Okay, one service will be in Azure, one service may be in AWS. Example, I'm saying. Okay, they will put all these things and they will, through the API, they will connect. Okay, now every organization is working on the microservices only. Nobody is writing monolithic codes anymore. Okay, in such cases, is it easy or not? It's not loose couple. It's a yeah, you can call as a loose couple. Okay, maybe, right? You lose coupling in one way. Okay, but you will not have, if something goes wrong with one application, you will, entire application will not go down, right? If Facebook entire goes, it is not that everything goes, every feature functionality goes down at same time. Okay, some may be working, some may not working. I'm giving an as an example actually. I'm taking name as Facebook, but to understand, to everyone to understand, right? Is it clear now what is monolithic, what is microservice? Yes, no? Any questions, any confusions? Hello?
Yes, clear. Yes, clear.
Okay. That's how we can manage the disaster recovery plan now. Okay, if something goes wrong with one location, it should not impact the entire services. Okay, fine. I'm moving to next session now. So we have seen all these things now. What is availability, what is high availability, what is scalability, what is elasticity, what is agility, what is fault tolerance, and what is disaster recovery. Any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions?
Some of the concepts here, like disaster recovery and other things, are these to be taken care by the administrators or the I mean users? Like as cloud user, we are paying for that and shifting the responsibility and all this to Azure. So maybe if I am paying for that, so do I need to take care of all these, or we are just talking about all these concepts as considering us as administrators for that?
Very good question. See, now tell me, if you are a Facebook company, okay, and you are the administration for the Facebook, you decide or cloud company will decide where to host? Who will decide?
Of course, us.
Of course you. Now, as an administrator, you are responsible for deciding where to host. Now, ultimately, the responsibility will come on the developers, how they are developing. Now, as a cloud administrator, it is your responsibility to choose the right cloud, right place, right position, right location. It is your responsibility. Okay. Now ultimately your developer should develop application like that. Okay. Companies are no more going for the monolithic now. Everybody is going for the microservices. Unless it is a small company, small product, then only they will come like this. But cloud services, cloud service providers like Azure, Microsoft, Azure, AWS, they will give you flexibility to choose the locations. Okay. And for everything, there is a SLAs are defined, which we'll be talking in the last module. Okay. How for which service, what SLA, which service, how to pick the SLA, how to decide that where to keep, what to keep, everything will come in the last class, actually, last session. Okay. Everything is clearly defined there. If you are not doing this, you don't come and ask me. Clearly they says, if you are not planning for fault tolerance, if you are not planning for high availability, AWS, for that matter, any cloud providers, they will not take any responsibility of choosing anything. Okay. For everything, there is a clear-cut documentation is available. Okay. And it is, as a cloud administrator, it is our responsibility to choose which cloud to choose, where to keep, what to keep, everything. It is our responsibility. Is it answered? Is got it? Okay. I think Abdullah has asked this question. Is it answered?
Yep. So now is this Microsoft Office 365 is also getting like microservices pattern? Before it was club in one office, but now we have they have added this OneNote and calendar and so many things. If we go for the 365, so have they somehow shifted it to I mean microservices pattern something?
Okay. So 365 as a whole, if you look at, it's an online authentication method in Azure. Okay. In Azure itself, there is an Active Directory which is there, which is actually a subscription model. Okay. On top of that, they gives you a license from Azure. Okay. Azure, when I say Azure, Azure Active Directory, they have created an entire 365 is built on Azure Active Directory actually. Okay. It is, when you say 365, it is actually a licensing model. Okay. When they develop and put the entire application on the cloud, definitely they might have planned for a monolithic microservices only. Okay. As I said, no company is working on monolithic application now. Any big company, if you take, none of the company is there on monolithic. Everybody is going for microservices only. Okay. But when you talk about 365, 365 works in a different way. Altogether, 365 is meant for the Active Directory authentication and licensing management of that. Okay, that is entirely different concept altogether. Right.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So we have 5 minutes left. Just a minute. Okay. The last topic for the today is capex and opex model. Okay. Can somebody tell me what is capex, what is opex? Quickly. What is capex? What is opex? Yes, no idea. Capex initial investment. Okay, fine. Quickly, okay. Capex is the spending of money on a physical infrastructure upfront and then deduct the expenses from your tax bill over time. Capex is an upfront cost which has a value that reduces over time. Okay. So now if you buy a mobile, okay, that is your capex expenditure. And after 1 year, if you use it and sell back to somebody, definitely the value of the cost, the value of the phone will reduce, right? That is called as a deduction of the expense. That is actually a depreciation. Okay. The value of the product will reduce. That is called as a depreciation. Okay. Upfront you are buying it, the mobile, you are paying and buying the mobile. It is a capex investment. Okay. OPEX is spending the money on the services or a product now and bill for them now. You can deduct the expenses from your tax. Okay, fine. If you go for this. So your internet connection, okay, every month you pay. Your mobile recharge, every month you are paying. Okay. Your internet connection, your electricity, EB bill. All these things are considered as an operational expenses. Okay, which you will pay recurring, means monthly, month on month you will be keep on paying for that. That is called as an operational expenses. The thing which you pay upfront is called as an capital expenditure. Now can somebody tell me the cloud comes in capital expense or operational expense?
Seems capex, but
Capex.
we are renting it.
When I say rent, it is OPEX. Okay,
I think OPEX.
monthly. When you come as a monthly, it is an OPEX. Okay. Now, if you are a company and you are buying some server, that is an CapEx, right? You are paying upfront and buying it. When it comes to cloud, it is an OPEX. Monthly. You use it as much as use it, you pay for that only. Okay. That is the CapEx and the same thing which is mentioned here. Upfront spending on the infrastructure like server storage is called as upfront spending will be there. In OPEX, no upfront cost or lesser initial cost. Say for example, it is not necessary that you have to pay later. Okay, some of the services you have to pay initial also. In cloud, if you take, there are some services which you have to upfront make the payment. Once you make upfront payment, you will get additional discounts. Okay, but that is considered as an OPEX only. It will not consider as an CapEx. Make sure that point is very important. Okay, in the cloud, for some of the services, you do the upfront payment. Once you do the upfront payment, you will get additional cost benefit, but that is also considered as expense only, or operational expense only. Okay. Depreciation of the expenditure pays for the service you uses. Cost can be predictable. Okay, you will come to know what is the cost of this before itself, but in the OPEX, try and buy. Okay, you can try it out. If you are not liking, you return it back because you are buying it for rent. Okay, high upfront cost, value for investment, cost effective, and the last is a demand fluctuation. And this is a consistency in the capex will be consistent because you are planning ahead itself. Okay, in the OPEX model, demand fluctuation, in this month you may use 10,000 rupees, the next month you may use 5,000 rupees, the other next month you can use even 50,000 rupees also. Okay, so demand will be fluctuating. Benefits of the OPEX: demand and the growth can be unpredictable and can be outpace expectation, which is challenge for the capex model as shown in the figure. See here, if you look at the red line here, there is a constant because we are predicting the cost before itself. Okay, then there is actual demand, it will be less. Okay, if you do the auto scaling on top of that, it will have a balanced, okay, cost and time. Anyhow, this is not too important slide, but to make it understand, I put this. Okay, companies wanting to try a new product or services don't need to invest in the equipments. Okay. Instead, they pay as much or as little for their infrastructure as required. In the cloud, that is what the benefit is. Okay. So these are some of the organizations which is what to say, the organizations are certified. Okay. And so this again we will be discussing in the last slide. So for today I'm done. Okay, now the time also 9. So any questions or anything, or if you want to give any feedback, at least so that the next classes I can change accordingly. So I'm open to listen from you all. How was the session? What exactly, whether it's benefited? Is there any expectations from you all? Just let me know now. I'm just open for questions. If you have any questions also or feedback, anything, I'm okay to take it.
Sir, can you please share this recording section? It will be helpful while studying.
As I said, the next 4 days recording will be there on YouTube. A YouTube link will be shared in the group. Okay, max by another 3 to 4 hours, a link will come to you all. YouTube link. This session will be entirely recorded and placed in the YouTube. Any other?
Okay,
Clearly
sir.
understood all topics which you discuss. Good session. Thank you. Any assignment or topic for us to look before attending the tomorrow sessions? Okay, fine. That's a very good thing. Probably what I can say is I will share the topics what and all we are going to discuss, the Azure link itself. I will share you in the link so that you can go through the topics. If you have any questions or anything, you can just go through that document. You will have some questions or anything, then we can discuss. The tomorrow's topic would be IaaS, SaaS, PaaS, and all those things will be there. Once tomorrow session, before closing tomorrow sessions, we will have a quiz tomorrow, which will be online quiz. I think everybody will enjoy that. Okay, so that is for to check what is the level of understanding so far the 2-day session you will have. Okay, for every 2 days or 1 day we will have the quiz session also going on, so that we'll check it up how much we understood the session. It was a quite basic but very informative. Thank you so much for understanding. Yeah, as I said, it's a very basic because the Azure also expected that this is very important. That's why from 15% they have increased to 25%. Okay, so that you should have ground understanding very firmly. Okay, yeah, it's a very basic first day. I also don't want to put a lot of things, but I want to go as per the exam pattern, so that you will come to know I should not miss anything. That's what I want to. This is the very basic things. Yes, for an experienced guys, there are some freshers also. For them, it might be a very helpful. Yeah, any feedbacks or anything if you want to give for the next sessions and all. Anything. If someone want to speak up, it would be helpful for me. How was the session? What is that? If you write also, it's okay for me. On guys, I was keep on speaking for 2 hours. I am requesting 1 minute or at least 20-second talk from you guys.
Also, it was a very nice session. You covered all the topics very clearly.
Yeah, thank you. Anything want to improve?
Thank you very much for your detailed session and the way you have started, the way you have conducted and tried to make it interactive. That is, very positive aspect of this session, because making it interactive means not letting the students sleep. Sometimes we feel like we are knowing something, but like the way you said, some terminologies, they are confusing, and sometimes we don't remember. So sort of a refresher session for the expert people. Like I am a beginner myself, but for the expert people, definitely a refresher, because sometimes we keep moving on, but when we go to higher level, the basic concepts sometimes we start forgetting. because we don't use them sometimes, or the terminologies or something, yes, especially the definitions, the way you present it. So as per the ITIL and all those things, so that was good. And for the next one, the what you introduced, like having some quizzes, so that will be quite helpful for giving us the feedback as well. See, every one of us can have a feedback and our point of view regarding what you are teaching us, but having the feedback, what we are learning and where we are reaching after one session, after two sessions, that is quite important.
Yes.
So that will be helpful for each and every one of the student. Later on we will realize it soon, that where we stand. So I must appreciate that as well. And after a few sessions, like you said, if you see, during my uni, my college previously, so that was a habit generally, that whatever we have, because we go by the books.
Right.
So in those cases, what I used to do, what teacher has to teach tomorrow, I just for an overview, just go through, whether I understand or not, just highlight what the point I don't understand, so that tomorrow session, when teachers tell us something, I will be getting more benefited, and also I can timely get my clarifications done. Otherwise the session will go, and after that I will look into that, and then I will start asking my peers, and all these things happen. So in that case, if for the coming sessions, if you can tell us some main topics, that what you will be teaching next day, that could be quite helpful as per my experience. So this was just my opinions and the feedback. Yeah, we have got the feedback, that is the same. I am of the same view, that you are doing remarkable effort. I must appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that, your suggestion as well as the feedback. Definitely, as you said, I will be posting that PDF as well as day one, day two, day three. I will split the content. I will post it. See, today and tomorrow, it will be like very basic, very initial for the starters. From the third day onwards, when we start, it will be an actual Azure services, which will be deep dive everything in very different way. The whatever we have discussed today is like little bit slow. I have little bit fast. I have gone through, but when we actually jump onto the Azure services, it will be little slowly. Okay, and as you said, topic by topic, I will share in the WhatsApp group itself before so that we will have you know you guys also get time for learning the things also. Sure, thanks for that. Any other points, any other things, or those who want to leave, please go ahead and leave. Those who want to share something, please share it up. Okay, so see, this kind of session, it's like very first time I'm conducting. Okay, as a full blown thing for free. Okay, a lot of other individual classes and all those things, it's keep on going on. Okay, that's for a full blown full Azure 900 as a full thing. It is conducting the free for the first time I'm doing. Whatever the slides is that this has been created, a lot of efforts has been gone in that. Actually, it's not that it is for 9 AZ900. Some of the slides I'm skipping, some of the slides I'm going little fast. If you guys want to slow down or something, you can always ask me. Okay, but for 104 or the next advanced level courses, whatever I take, it is always, some of my students are also there in the class already. They know how I take, how I make them practical work. Okay, even for first 4 to 5 sessions, I will be showing you guys how to do these things. From the next class onwards, the practicals will be on to you only in the class itself. Instead of instructor telling you how to do, you yourself will do that. That's the level of actually the advanced courses and all those things session goes down. Okay, so that's it from my side. Those who want to leave, I'm telling again, you can always go ahead and leave. One small request: last day we will have a group photo. That is one small request. I want everyone, the last day we will have the camera on. Okay, everybody will have some group photo. That is one small request from me. Okay, the last day. I hope everybody will support me on that. Thanks, Ajay.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay.
So tomorrow session will be happening the same time and the same link.
Link will be shared before the class. 1 hour before it will be shared. Okay. Every day link will change. Okay. I don't want to keep the same change because of some reason. Or else I will see. I'll just keep watching the group. I will be uploading there. Whatever it is, changes everything. You will get their information. I will see if I
Okay.
want to retain the link. I will retain. Maybe today's link I cannot use it, but from tomorrow session link, if I want, I will keep it same. I'll think I have not thought about that because of some reason, XYZ reason. I'm moving from data analysis to Azure domain. Is it wise to do that? Also, I don't have any programming background. Do I need it for Azure? Please advise. As I said, Mansoor has asked one question, whether the programming knowledge is required, and he is moving from data analysis to Azure. Okay, very good question. See, as I said, three things. One is multi-cloud you need to learn. The second is on the DevOps. The third thing is on the security. If you know all these three things, then only you will get a very good jobs, and there are a lot of openings for this. Okay. If you want to restrict only for Azure, you have very less jobs. Okay. Now, if you learn all these things in the DevOps, you need little bit of scripting knowledge, not the programming language. Okay, little bit of the scripting knowledge. When it comes to security, there are tools are there where you will have to learn some of the programming if you are going to security, and from the security engineer point of view. Okay, but if you learn all these things, you will directly go to architect level. You will not be in a junior level. Okay, where you will do a day-to-day task. So if you are knowing all these things, three things: security, then the multi-domain, and the DevOps. If you know all these things, directly you can go to jump into next level. Okay, where you can have, you no need to actually do all these things on the ground level, but you can do the architect level things actually. But I suggest everyone, I suggest learn these three things actually. Multi-cloud is must and should, DevOps, then the security basics. At least basics is mandatory actually. Okay, not it will. It's quite interesting to learn, and it's also not like fully academics. Here we can able to know real experience from the examples by asking questions to make us think about the business. Thanks for that comment, Raja. Okay, any other questions? If you want to jump only to Azure domain, you no need any programming language. But if you do a core Azure guy, there is something called Azure DevOps, where you need little bit of scripting, not to a programming. There is a difference between scripting and programming. Okay, you have to know the JSON language very well. JSON you have to, which is very easy understandable. JSON as well as YAML. Okay, these are the two things which you need to understand or learn to become a good expert. Okay, to initial level starting, you no need all those things. Okay, basic will do. Any other questions? Any other things? Feel free to leave if you want to leave. Anybody? I am there for another 5-10 minutes. I'm there. Any questions? Okay, thank you everyone. I think I hope don't have mic to speak. It was good sessions. Thanks. It's okay, Srikant. At least chat is also another media where you have at least open up and given. Thanks for that. So tomorrow sharp 7 again we will start. Don't be late for the session. Okay. 7 will connect. Yes, we will have sessions not 7 a.m. it's 7 p.m. Okay, 7 p.m. Mansoor has asked we have daily session at 7 a.m. It's not 7 a.m. 7 p.m. IST India time. It's okay. 7 p.m. daily India time for next 10 days. Most probably we'll try to wind up by Sunday or by Monday. Okay, but take it as a 10 days. If something goes extended, we will extend. But I will try to finish in 7 to 8 days. Based on the questions, based on the queries, I may extend. Okay, thank you everyone. I'm just ending the session. Thanks again.